Have you ever noticed that some people just light up differently? Not under bright lights or in crowded rooms, but in the quiet corners of their own homes. If that's you, this video is for you. You know what the world says about people like us, right? You're missing out. You should get out more. Don't you get bored at home? But here's what they don't understand. We're not avoiding life. We're just living it differently. And there's actual psychology behind why some of us feel most alive in the places where the world gets quiet. Research shows that people who love staying home often have something fascinating going on inside their minds, what psychologists call high internal self-presence. Basically, our inner worlds are vivid. While some people need external stimulation, parties, travel, constant plans, we have entire universes happening right here in our heads. We can stare out a window, sip something warm, and experience a kind of fulfillment that others chase across continents. Our hearts don't beat faster in crowds, they beat steadier in silence. Maybe you used to try, though. Maybe you tried matching the energy of friends who thrived on adventure. You went to the parties, you said yes when you wanted to say no. And somewhere along the way, you realized something. Your calm wasn't a flaw. Your need for solitude wasn't weakness. It was just you. I remember the first time I understood this. I thought staying home constantly would make me lonely, but instead, I felt understood by the space around me. I didn't need noise to feel alive. I didn't need everyone's eyes to feel seen. I started valuing the sound of turning pages more than the sound of applause. That's when I got it. Peace is also a way of living. Here's something else about people who love staying home. We feel things deeply. Every small moment can become a story, every memory a lesson. Joy becomes rich, sadness becomes art, hope becomes direction. Studies actually show that people who enjoy solitude score higher in creativity, empathy, and emotional intelligence. Our calm allows us to understand people better, even when we're not always understood ourselves. The world doesn't always get it, though. You're wasting your youth. Life is passing you by. You need to be more social. Those words can sting because they treat your preference like it's a problem. But think about this. Some of the world's greatest thinkers, artists, innovators, they were homebodies. They didn't always stand in crowds. They stood in their rooms, refining ideas that would change everything. Silence has its own language. It teaches patience, observation, a kind of strength that doesn't need attention to exist. So, if home feels this safe, what are we protecting ourselves from? Sometimes it's overstimulation, noise, chaos, emotional unpredictability. These things hit differently when you feel everything intensely. Our nervous systems crave stability. Home gives us control over our environment, and that control gives us peace. Sometimes it's about trust. We give our hearts carefully, not because we're cold, but because we understand the weight of emotions. We know what it means to let someone in. And sometimes it's just preference, not fear, not trauma, just a choice to spend time in a space that feels ours. Our joy looks different, doesn't it? Reading, gaming, painting, rewatching our favorite films for the 10th time, building something personal that no one else will see. Joy becomes a quiet ritual instead of a loud celebration. We measure happiness in moments, not events. And here's something we rarely say out loud. We love deeply. We care quietly. We notice everything. When you remove distractions, the heart learns how to focus. Maybe you're one of us. Maybe you felt misunderstood. Maybe you've wondered if there's something wrong with you because you don't enjoy loud gatherings. What if nothing is wrong? What if the world simply needs more people like you? People who listen before speaking, people who think before acting, people who feel before pretending. I once thought the world would forget me if I stayed in my room too long, but then I noticed the world inside my mind was blooming. Thoughts grew like gardens. Ideas kept me awake more than any party ever could. And slowly, I realized, home isn't walls. Home is a state of mind. Let's be clear about something. Solitude and loneliness, not the same thing. Solitude is chosen. Loneliness is not. You can feel lonely in a crowded room, but solitude gives strength. Understanding, there are days when staying home feels like protection, a break from a world that demands too much. And there are days when it feels like freedom, the freedom to simply be. Here's what you need to hear. Staying home doesn't mean you don't dream. Emphatically, your aspirations aren't small, they're internal. You don't want 100 people cheering, you want one person who genuinely understands. Home is where you don't fear judgment, where you don't have to perform, where exhaustion melts into comfort. Society glorifies constant hustle, like rest is laziness, like stillness is failure. But rest is growth, stillness is clarity, silence is understanding. Your life isn't paused, you're observing, healing, becoming. And because you feel deeply, you love deeply. Your relationships, even if few, are real. If someone is in your life, they matter. You give loyalty, gentleness, attention that most people are too distracted to offer. You understand emotions not just through words, but through pauses. That is rare strength. You are not strange for loving home. You are not unambitious. You are not fragile. You are not missing out on life. You're building a life that doesn't exhaust you. And one day, when the time is right, when the world outside feels aligned with your heart, you'll step out, not because you're forced to, but because you choose to. And that choice will make the outside even more beautiful. Until then, drink your coffee slowly. Keep discovering the worlds inside your mind. Keep protecting your peace. Keep loving quietly but deeply. Because the people who love staying home are the ones who make the world feel like home.